Yes, good morning, everyone. So today we are going to see the subject business environment. Okay, this is your first subject, first unit, business environment. And in this unit, we are going to learn about the business, how to start a business. Okay, and the environment of the business. Okay, in this first unit, we are going to deal with the internal and external factors of business. Okay, business environmental factors and their implications we are going to see. Okay, the implications can be social factors, economic factors, technological factors, cultural factors, political factors, legal factors, ecological factors, government policies, labor and legal factors, and market condition factors. Okay, after that we are going to learn about the microeconomic concept, that is your second subunit, that is called as microeconomic concept. Okay, after learning of microeconomic concept, we are going to deal with the inflation and deflation. How does inflation and deflation situation occurs into the market, that we are going to see. And after that we are going to see the summary of the first chapter. Okay, so first of all, before starting our unit number 1, I just want to give you brief introduction about the business, right? What do you mean by business? First of all, before starting this concept about business environment, you should know the meaning of business first of all, right? Yes. Okay, success brought its own management problems, right? So over here we should know the meaning of management as well. Okay, management means what? See, if you want to start any kind of business, you should do proper management activities, then only you can start your own business. Okay, starting business is not a difficult part, but managing business, it's a really difficult part, and you should be able to manage your business properly. Without managing business, your business cannot survive. Okay, so over here what you have to do, you have to first of all manage the business properly, then only your business can succeed. Okay, we also like to understand the concept of environment. Okay, business is the important concept, and the second important concept is environment. Okay, you should also know the meaning of environment as well. Okay, so first of all we will discuss the meaning of business. What do you mean by business? Actually, business is a regular production or purchase and sale of goods undertaken with the object of earning profit and acquiring wealth through the satisfaction of human wants. Okay, in brief, if you want to discuss about the business, the meaning of business, we can say business is concerned with the regular production, distribution and exchange of goods and services with money or money worth for satisfying human wants. Okay, so this is the meaning of business. Okay, now if you want to start any business, you should know that business is a human activity direct towards producing or acquiring wealth through buying and selling activities. Okay, business is an institution organized and operate to provide goods and services to society under an incentive or private gain. Don't forget that business include production as well as distribution. Okay, okay, production means what? It's a kind of industry, and distribution means what? It's a kind of commerce activity. Okay, don't forget that business also includes commerce activity, that is called as distribution activities, and industry include production activities. Don't forget that. Okay, now nature of business, right? What are the things that we are including in business? Can you tell me what are the things that we are going to include in business? Okay, always remember that business includes lots of things. The first important thing which we include in business is called sale and transfer or exchange. Always remember that a business activity always involves sale, transfer or exchange of goods and services against money or money worth. Okay, don't forget this concept. The second one is called a continuous activity. Okay, business does not include a single or isolated transaction. The business activity should be regular in nature, right? Business involves a series of transaction. Series of transaction means what? It's a kind of continuous activity. If you buy any kind of goods, After that, you do the selling work. Again, you are going to buy a new goods, and again that goods you are going to sell into the open market. So it's a continuous kind of activity. Okay. Then the next point is profit motive. Always remember that business is a profit motive. Don't forget that this concept. Business is a profit motive. The main motive of any business is to earn profit. It is not perform. It is not performed for profit motive. It may be called as charitable or cultural activity. Earning profit is the basic objective of any business, so that they can recover their instrument to ensure future risks. So I think you can able to understand with this phenomena that business is the important activity. Okay. And environmental factor, definitely we are going to see the environmental factor in the upcoming few minutes. But first of all, I just want to ask you whether you have understood this concept or not. Okay. Business is a very important activity. It also include uncertainty and risks. Okay. Please do not forget this concept that business involve many uncertainty and risks, which may be insurable or uninsurable risks. Risks of loss due to fire, theft, riots can be insured, whereas risks of loss due to the change of price, fashion, and government policy also uninsured risks. Okay, it also include that thing as well. Dealing in goods and services. Always remember that business deals with goods and services. Okay, never forget this concept. Two partner or mutual interest. Always remember that business always require two parties, buyer or seller. Okay, business is an agreement between two person. One is called as buyer and the second is called as seller. Okay. Consumer satisfaction is also one of the important allocation of business. Never forget that human wants can be satisfied only by producing or supplying various commodities. Businessman tries to satisfy human wants through conduct of business. Okay. Social obligation. Today, business is not only profit oriented but also service oriented. Businessmen today are aware of their social responsibilities, duties towards society. Okay. Then the last point, which we call say as feature of business, is called as business skills. To become a successful businessman, he needs to have experience about expertise. He should be possessed of business skills. Now, don't forget that businessman should have a business skills, then only his business can be runnable. Okay. Now, these all are the things which a business person require to start their own business. Okay. Now, over here, the next point that we are going to discuss about the environment. Okay. Yes, this is the important concept that is called as business environment. Okay. You have to know each and everything which is happening in business environment. Okay. We are going to discuss this business environment one by one. Okay. The first point is called participants of focus group discussion, where people from industries and government were participating, were requested to proprietize and list the factors of business environment. Now see, there are few business environmental thing that the businessman should follow. First one is called as peace and harmony. Always remember that the business environment where we are working, it should be peaceful. Okay. And the second point which we are going to discuss is the conduct and secure physical environment. Always remember that your business should have a sound knowledge. Okay. It also include rules and regulation that should be followed by each and every candidate, those who are there, those who are working in that business organization. Okay. The participants suggested the importance of the extreme example. Okay. Over here, what we have to see each and everything which is been led by the rules and regulation of the government, that should be followed by each and every person, those who are working in the business, right? Because you know, there are certain guidance which is led by the government, and that guidance should be followed by each and every candidate and each and every person, those who are there, those who are doing the business. Okay. So over here, Effective land allocation, properly land allocation should be done by the businessman. Okay, they should also have a skilled workers, skilled manpower. Effective labor laws, always remember that whatever the laws which is laid by the central government of India, that should be followed by the business people. Okay, the managers should not harass the employees. Okay, and the employees should also have to see that the rules and regulation which is conducted by the companies are being followed by each and every person or not. Okay, it's a responsibility of employees as well as the managers. Okay, now strong and oriented work culture. Always remember that the work culture in which the organization in which the employees are working, that should be healthy. Okay, the environment in which you are working, it should be good one, right? It should be it should be sound minded people, those who are working over there. Okay, they should also follow the monetary policies which is being led by the central government, right? They should also follow the effective industrial policy structure as well. Okay, they should make a stable and conducive political environment, right? They should have a continuous flow of technological development in the country, right? Technological development means what? Any kind of innovation things which is coming into the market, the businessman should have to adopt that thing, and they should also have to include in their own business, right? Any suppose if a business, if you are having a mobile business, definitely you will see the competitors, those who are there in the market. So you will also try to, you know, start launching your own mobile with the upcoming features, right? Due to which, you know, you can able to compete with the other candidates also, other people, those who are there, those who are those who are in the same business, right? So you should also have to do that thing. Then economical and social financial planning and administration. Okay, always remember that you should have to make a financial planning as well. Okay, don't forget that financial planning is very much necessary to start any kind of business, because you know capital is always required to start your own business. If you are having a sound, if you are having a good capital, definitely you will start your business, no problem with that. But afterwards you may face the difficulties, you might face the difficulties, due to which, you know, you should have some kind of, you know, secured money. At the time of losses, you can utilize that kind of money. Okay, so always remember this point as well. Okay, administration, you know the meaning of administration. What do you mean by administration? First of all, see, administration is the top level activity. Okay, the board of directors, the chairman of the company, right, they are doing this administration work. Administration means a work which is done by the top level managers. Okay, they are the owners, they may be the owners of the company, they might be the owners of the company, or the top level managers. Okay, those who are handling the company. Okay, so the administration part is an important part from the business point of view. If you are having a very good administration work system, definitely your business is going to grow in future, right? If your administration work is not properly carried out, then definitely your business is not going to work in future. So always remember that administration work is the necessary factor. Okay, don't forget this concept. Then it comes to the management level, where, you know, they are taking the managers are taking the responsibilities from the administration. Okay, whatever the responsibility the administration is giving to the managers have to take. And you know, after that work, the lower level manager, the supervisors, the supervisors, those who are in the bottom level management, they are doing the work by the direction of management. Okay, right? So don't forget this hierarchy position. Okay, after that, efficient industrial policy structure. Don't forget that the industrial policy structure should be effective one. Okay, industrial policy, whatever the rules and regulation which is led by the government, that should be followed by each and every industrial organization. Okay, it is their own responsibility to follow each and every industrial rules and regulation. Okay, good and integrated banking structure. Okay, this is also an important point. Effective patent law and protection, this is also an important aspect. Okay, Further participants of academic contribution are research, especially application oriented research. Now see, everywhere, if you want to do any kind of business, definitely you have to do the market research as well. First of all, it's a important thing. Okay, because due to this market research, you can able to find out your strength and weakness as well. Okay, you can able to capture the customers behavior, okay, by looking at the market structure. Okay, then industries and government infrastructure. Always remember that your industries and government infrastructure is an important part. Okay, because whenever you're starting your business, you should not have to go in a different direction where government says it's a fault work. So you should not have to do such kind of things. Okay, over here government has set up some rules and regulation. You have to follow that rules and regulation. Okay, the rules such as proper giving tax to the government, this is also one of the important rule. Okay, every Indian citizen, those who are earning, those whose earning is much higher than the common people, definitely they have a responsibility to pay the tax, right? Whatever the tax which is being laid by the government, they should also have to pay that kind of tax. It's an important thing for them. Okay, then industries academic collaboration. Always remember that industries academic collaboration is an important aspect. Okay, more and better institutions. Okay, over here it is important that your institution, okay, where you're working, it should be an effective one, right? Large facilities, large faculties training facilities. Over here you should also have to provide a training facilities to each and every candidate, those who are there in the organization. Okay, better human resources development structure. Definitely your human resource development should be a better one, due to which the main work of human research is to recruit a person, right? So whatever the employees are getting training, they are getting training from the HR person only, the human resource person only. So it's a responsibility of the human resource person to give a proper direction towards their employees for the making of effective and efficient candidate for the company. Okay, better performance appraisal and human resource development for faculty. Always remember that those who are working in the organization, they should get a appraisal as well. Okay, the appraisal is given by looking at the past performance, right? So if you want to build a good performance in the organization, definitely you have to work hard. You have to give a proper performance towards the work, then only your work can be grown. Okay, wait for a while. Hello. Okay, so you have understood this concept. Then the next point which we are going to discuss is a strong academic leadership. Always remember that the managers, it's a quality of manager to have a strong leadership quality. Okay, leader is a person, those who know, those who to whom the other person are following. So always remember that leader is a such kind of person that the other people are following them. So he should be having a sound mind, and he should be a creative enough. He should also have the quality of innovation, creativity, good knowledge oriented person, right? Due to which the other person are definitely going to follow him, so that in the performance wise as well, the company can also show some kind of effective result as well. So it's a responsibility of the organization to have a good leader person in their organization, so that they help to you give a productive results as well. Okay, now over here we have seen the parameters of success which is helpful for the conduction of the business. Okay, now we are going to see the other factors also, with the help of which we can able to say that our business is booming, our business shows up growth. So let us discuss few of these parameters. Now see, they have given one example. Okay, They have given the example of Tata that moving in West Bengal to Gujarat. Okay, because land and policy consideration. Always remember that in a few years back, Narendra Modi have shifted that Tata project to Gujarat. Why they have shifted? Because in West Bengal they are facing a problem of land, due to which they cannot able to start their own business in West Bengal because of non-availability of land. But they have started their own business in Gujarat, right? In Gujarat, you can see there is a big setup of Tata company. Okay, and due to which the Gujarat people, they are getting an employment opportunities over there. But West Bengal people, they have not got the opportunities because the government of the West Bengal, they have not helped the private company such as Tata company to come and start their own business, due to which they have lost the opportunities, and the Gujarat, they have grabbed the opportunities. So this is being also a very good example of business opportunities. And the Gujarati people, they have got these opportunities in the form of Tata business, right? Tata is a top listed business in our Indian economy. Yes. So this is a great example. In your book they have shown that Tata business is being growing now. Okay, now let us discuss the other important factors, right? The factors which we are going to see now. That first one is called as economic factor, second one is called as a social factor, third one is called as a cultural factors, geographical factors, technological factors, political factors, legal factors, ecological factors, government and administrative factors, market condition related factors, locational factors. So all these factors we are going to see one by one. Okay, first of all, we will see the social factors. Society is where the business exists, and the member of the society constitute the business as enterprise, managers, workers, customers, prospective customers, NGOs, and others. Okay. And therefore, a business must have an integrated view of society, where responsibility and accountability towards the society has to be decided and fixed. Okay, over here the first factor is called as society factors. Okay, what are the things that comes into the society that we are going to discuss now? Okay, one by one we are going to look at the factors. Okay, environmental factors, one by one we are going to see. The first factors that we are going to discuss is a societal factors. Okay, we can also say as a social environmental component. Okay, today it has been accepted that being a part of the society, business does have a social purpose, so as to enjoy social acceptance. Okay, social environment of business consists of whole variety: culture, beliefs, values, tradition, attributes, institution, social grouping, etc. There are several social movements which draw their forms and content from the nature of social objective and constraint. For example, there are trade union movements, customers movement, managers movement, shareholders movement. Business ethics get very much afforded by their social movement. Business has to balance the appreciation of various interest group of their own achievements. Okay, now over here we are going to see the social factors. As we have discussed that there are few factors which include social factors such as cultural beliefs, values, tradition, attributes, social grouping, institutions. All this stuff comes under the head of social factors. Okay, responsibility and accountability towards society will lead to be better human resource policies and developing, enhancing the level of productivity and prosperity, first of all our employees and then to the market. Always remember that if you are doing a business properly, definitely it is not going to be harmful for the society as well. But if you are doing unethical work, then definitely it is being harmful for the society. So always remember that whatever business you are going to do, it should not harmful for the society as well, because you know all social movement do not have the common content and intent that economic growth or social justice are to be keep pace with each other. Okay, always remember that social economic problems are the problem which is very much harmful for the business prospectus as well. So it's a responsibility of our that we have to follow all the social responsibilities which are occurring into the business. Okay, while doing the business, I mean to say, while doing the business, you should also follow the social responsibilities, and each and every social responsibility is very much important from the business point of view as well. Okay, okay, never forget all this stuff. Okay, if a person do not if a person who are not a part of business directly are not happy, they someday would refuse to be the existence of business itself. Okay, okay, now I will give you for a few examples that in the book also they have written that KFC and McDonald's declare completely vegetarian outlets in Gujarat. This is suggestive of adaptation of business should much culturally and a part of the society. Nowadays, you know, in the Gujarat, if you go in Gujarat and I mean to say in Rajasthan also, lots of people are vegetarian, right? They don't eat non-veg foods. So, you know, even though if you want to start your business in Gujarat, you know, this KFC, you know, KFC is the biggest fast food industry, right? And McDonald's as well. So they have started their own business outlet. They have they have came with the new innovative techniques that they are giving only vegetarian outlet products in Gujarat state. So this is also being helpful for the state people as well, and for those who are doing any kind of business in Gujarat, definitely it is also being helpful. Okay, so you can able to understand that your business should be favorable with the society, because you know in Gujarat and Rajasthan kind of state, they are not accepting non-veg easily, right? Due to which, you know, the people those who are there, they are more preferable for, they are giving more preference to the vegetarian food. So you can able to understand by this concept as well that vegetarian thing is more important for them. Okay, so you have to focus on their needs and you have to satisfy their needs by indulging such kind of things in your business. Okay, now value system, always remember that value system plays a vital role. Okay, if a businessman does not include itself with the value system of the society it exists in, its offering could also not have such kind of customers value. Okay, so always remember that whatever advertisement you are doing, whatever the business you are doing, whatever the things you are doing, it should not hurt the any kind of human sentiments. Okay, that is also an important aspect. Always remember that your business should be effective one, that it should accept each and everything whatever you are showing into the business. Even though if you are doing any kind of advertisement, it should not get hurt by any human feelings, right? So always remember that your proper business advertisement is also a necessary factor because it reflects towards the society. Okay, so don't forget all this stuff. This is a very important concept, and I think you have understood this concept very well. Okay, then we are going to see the economic factor. Okay, always remember that economic factor is also an important aspect from the business point of view. Okay, now if you want to see the economic factor includes economic growth, right? Economic growth in the field of growth rate, gross domestic product, gross national product, national income, per capita income. Okay, per capita energy consumption, employment generation, resource mobilization and utilization. It includes proper utilization of human resource. Always remember that whenever you are doing any kind of economic activity, you should utilize all the resources which is available to you. Okay, don't forget that even if you are doing any kind of private business, you should not have to forget that proper utilization of available resources is the necessary factor. Okay, if you are able to utilize your resources properly, definitely your business is going to be grown, because you are you are utilizing each and everything in your business. Okay, and that is a highly appreciable thing, because you know, those who are utilizing the resources, those who are able to utilize their available resources, definitely they are called as a effective manager. Okay, effective business implementation. Okay, so always remember all this stuff. Then infrastructure development, industrial development, consumption, saving pattern, along with the other aspect, and extremely vital for the business to perform and grow. Always remember that your infrastructure development, your infrastructure, your industrial development, this is also an important aspect. Okay, don't forget all this stuff. Okay, importance and implication. Right now, these all are the economic factors that the businessman should have to see while doing the business. Okay, the business, you know that business is an economic activity. Okay, it has to take many economic decisions at the level of organization within the construct of macroeconomic environment. Okay, always remember that whenever you are doing the business, you should also have to take into consideration of all the economic activities. Okay, economic activities which include all the stuff which we have discussed now, right? Economic growth, right? You should also have to give some kind of contribution towards the country's development as well. So the economic development, economic growth can also be increased, right? Due to which your business can also give a useful contribution for the development of the country as well. Okay, so these all are the important stuff, and you should not forget all this stuff which we have discussed now. Okay, then the next point is called as importance and implications. What are the things we should have to implicate in the business that we are going to see now? Business which we are thinking in terms of expanding their distribution network to a larger parts of the country, one realize the importance of infrastructure development as well. Okay, always remember that nowadays, you know, the infrastructure development is booming, right? Even if you see metropolitan cities, the city like Pune, Mumbai, where you can see a tremendous growth and development that is being happening. So you should not have to forget all this stuff. You should also remember that infrastructure development plays an important role while doing the infrastructure development plays an important role for the economic development as well. Don't forget that economic development takes place only when you develop your infrastructure activities as well. Okay, infrastructure activities include the construction of road, construction of dams. Okay, proper road construction activity. Okay, proper planning of road construction, proper proper drinking water facilities availability in the house, right? Proper electricity facilities, all this stuff included in the infrastructure development. And if everything is available in a particular area, definitely you can see the population of that area is being increasing, right? Why it is increasing? Definitely because people know that there is a facilities available, so we should go and stay there, because you know we can able to increase our standardized living, due to which, you know, lots of people, those who are shifting themselves to the urban area. Why they are shifting themselves to the urban area? Because in urban area you are getting a huge amount of facilities, right? The drinking facilities, infrastructure facilities, electricity facilities, due to which, you know, you can also able to grow yourself in that area, right? And you can also able to earn more money, because if such kind of facilities are available, definitely you will going to get an employment opportunity in that particular area as well. Okay, so don't forget all this stuff. These all are the things are important. Okay, now in train network, definitely if you are having a good infrastructure facilities and the economic development activity, your business is going to grow in future as well. So GDP, GNP is also going to be increased in a particular sector, right? So always remember that all these economic activities, the infrastructure activities, the proper utilization of resources activities, all these activities are the important aspect, and we should not have to forget all this stuff. Okay, always remember that these business activities are going to help the country's economic growth and economic development. Okay, then we are going to shift the next point, that is called as cultural environment. Okay, cultural environment. When one thinks of the country like India, we have a lot of diversity in cultures, language, the way of life, or even social structure. One has to plan methodologically. Okay, now let us see what are the planning that we have to do. For example, an organization which is planning a pan India Presence has to develop an approach of positioning itself uniformly, which requires different messages communication but similar prospectus. Okay, product form also has to be seen. Business terms have to be addressed. Willingness of people to work in a reflection of culture most of the time. Gender freedom and gender bias are the important aspect to be understood. Okay, always remember that whatever your culture is, you should also have to respect towards your culture. Okay, because cultural activities is also an important point from our Indian tradition point of view as well. Okay, cultural activities, culture means what? First of all, culture is to understood as a complex whole which includes language, beliefs, art, moral, laws, custom, and other capabilities and habits acquired by the individual as a member of society. Okay, culture of the society is shared by its members, and culture ethos are passed on from generation to generation. Okay, now over here, what we have to see, you have to see the culture that create distinction between one organization and another. Culture conveys a sense of identity of organization members. Culture facilitates the generation of commitment to something with your own self-belief. Okay, culture enhance social system stability as well. Okay, culture become a liability where the shared values are not in agreement with those that will further effect towards the organization. As we all know that it's now it's a globalization thing is being happening. I mean to say India is a globalized country, right? You know the policy which has been started in the year 1991, that is called LPG policy, right? Liberalization, globalization, and monetization. Liberalization, globalization, and privatization. Okay, in globalization, it is essential to understand the cultural difference across the countries. Okay, from country to country, where the difference in profit motivation, style of negotiation, attributes towards business development and relation and business goals, etc. Okay, culture determines goods and services as well. Okay, don't forget that culture is a thing through which it helps to understand the attitude of people towards the business as well, because attitude towards the attitude of people towards the business is largely determined by their culture. Okay, business system are of the product of belief of customs of the society in which they consist. Okay, always remember that your culture determines your business activity. Okay, if there is a traditional business, definitely you have to change your business style and you have to produce a traditional business goods only, because the environment is called as a traditional environment. Okay, over here, if the environment is fashionable, then definitely you have to produce you have to make a product which is related to your fashion, which is related to the current scenario. Okay, so this is the part of the business environment, and you should also have to follow the part as per the location of the country. Okay, because in each and every state, in each and every particular area, the culture is different, right? In Maharashtra the culture is different, in other state the culture is different, so you have to follow each and every culture. Okay, and each and every culture states their own priorities, they state their own locality, and they state their own demand. Okay, and you have to supply the product as per the demand of the cultural environment. Okay, so you have understood this concept that is called as cultural environment concept. Then the next concept which we are going to discuss is a technological factors. Always remember that if a nation, market, society has its own technological development in place of its it always has an edge in relation to the business development. Okay, always remember that you should not have to forget this globalized market. At this stage, whatever the innovative things is being happening, you also have to utilize that innovative things in your business as well. Okay, if you want to increase your demand of the product, definitely you have to utilize the things which is happening in current scenario. Okay, because nowadays new technologies are coming, new innovative things are coming. You have to indulge all these innovative things and innovative technologies in your business, then only your business can grow. Otherwise your business may go into the losses, because if you are utilizing the traditional way of business, definitely your demand of the product is not going to grow. So you will face a problem of losses. Okay, because definitely there will be no demand and you cannot able to sell the product, whatever the product you are producing, so it remain unsold. Okay, and unsold product, definitely no one is going to buy, then you cannot do anything about that product which remain unsold. So it's a responsibility of any business person. They have to utilize their technology. Okay, new innovative techniques which is coming into the market, they have to adopt that kind of techniques, and they have to utilize that techniques in their product as well. Okay, suppose if you are having a business, okay, right, if you want to grow your business, what you have to do, you have to utilize that technological factors in your business, then only your business can grow, right? Proper technological invention, proper technological innovation is required in every business industry. Okay, now there are few examples which is given in your textbook as well. We are going to see that example. Okay, India is doing good in sugar production technology, right? Today also, while doing the production of sugar, new techniques has been utilized. Okay, Finland has done good in surgical equipment technology. Definitely, the Finland is a European country that they have also done a very good industrial growth and development. Okay, now these all are the things which is helpful for the technological growth and development. Okay, you should not have to forget, and you should know all these technological benefits due to which your business can also grow and you can stand in the competitive world for the selling of your product. Next one is called as a political factors. Okay, always remember that political plays an important role in the economic development as well as the business environment as well. Okay, political factors. Politics is also very fact of life. Many of our economic activities these days, government is generally a welfare state which deals with our business as well. Okay, over here the government plays an important role in the development of the business as well. Okay, because government are there, those who are those who are giving those who are laying the policies, rules and regulation for the development and growth of the companies as well. Okay, you have to follow the rules and regulation which is being governed by the government. Okay, it may be a central government or it may be a state government or the local bodies government. Okay, they are the main source of political influence. Okay, in addition to these, several interest groups such as the rules and regulation which is led by the government, such as consumer protection group, women's group, media group, environmental conservation groups, are all exercised in a political influence. Some elements of this political environment might be a constraint of the organization and its managers. Okay, in case of such organization may make a lobbying efforts to influence the political system so as to enhance the opportunities and changes in survival. Okay, always remember that political stability accounts for the growth of the business. Okay, now I will give you a few examples, such as Punjab may not attract new investors since the political climate has disturbed and uncertain. In the past, West Bengal suffered due to a flight of capital owing in the next let movement. Okay, now this kind of examples I would like to share with you, because due to which you can able to understand how this democracy, I mean to say, how this political scenarios is being making big change in the business environment, right? Always remember that the government can take steps towards the development of the business as well, but you don't have to forget that whatever the rules and regulation which is led by the government, you have to follow that strictly. Okay, because political parties, they also plays an important role in the business environment as well. If you are having a good relationship with the political parties leaders, definitely your business can also able to grow, because if you are going any negative thing, any wrong thing with the political with the governmental restriction, definitely you are going to face a problem. So always remember that political factors also plays an important role, because political framework is being very much important from the business development point of view as well, and political factors plays a vital role and important role as well. Okay, always remember that. I will give you a few examples that Singapore, the Singapore country, right? It's a very small country. Though they have very small country in size, the population has well done and almost all part of the business because of their political stability factors. You can see Singapore is very small country, right? And they have shown a very good economic development, right? And in business also, lots of Indian people, those who are doing the business in Singapore, and lots of import export business is being done from the Singapore only. And Singapore, it is a very small country, and they have started their own business. I mean to say, the countries has done very good in the form of business. And Singapore is also called as a developed nation, right? Though it is very much small country, but definitely you will see a richest person in the Singapore are very large, okay, in the percentage wise. So it happens just because of the political leaders implementation towards the company's work, towards the business work. Then only they have able to stand in a profitable market. Then next one, if you want to see, that is called as a legal factors. Okay, the next point which we are going to discuss is a legal factor. Right from the time of locating of business till the distribution of dividend, almost the stockholders and the activities of the corporation and control and regulated, the legislation that make up a legal environment of business in India are listed below. Now see, there are few companies laws which I would like to tell you from the legal point of view as well, from the legal factors point of view. Let us see the laws which is being led by the government. The first one is Companies Act 1956, right? The second one is called as Capital Issues Control Act 1947. Third one is MRTP Act 1969. Fourth one is FERA Act 1970. Trade Union Act, Factories Act, Bonus Act 1961, Social Security Entitlement, laws of consumers protection, law of managerial remuneration, all these laws which is been led by the government. It's all laws should be followed by the companies, okay, and they should strictly follow all the rules and regulation which is being led by the government. Okay, always remember that in the presence of law, timely and due to amendments of proper execution of enforcement is very much important. Okay, while doing the business, you should not forget the laws which is led by the government. Okay, the laws can be the cyber law, banking laws, taxation laws, labor laws, and there are so many laws which help to motivate organization to work freely and effectively. Always remember that these laws is always being beneficial for the company's point of view, right? Which is being given by the government, right? As I've given you the example of cyber law, banking law, taxation law, labor law. Okay, all these laws are very much important from the business point of view, and you should not have to forget all these laws. Okay, from the business point of view as well, from the company's point of view. And if you are doing any kind of business, definitely you should know all this law properly, because this law is being beneficial for the companies which is being led by the government, right? So you should follow all this law, and you should get the information of the particular laws. You should make a deep study of this all the laws which is being led by the government, because if any kind of uncertain circumstances occur with you, if any kind of wrong thing occur with you, definitely you can take a help of this law, and you can also fight for your betterment. Okay, next one is called as ecological factors. Okay, don't forget this point, ecological factors. Ecological factors also very much important from the business environmental point of view. Let us discuss this ecological factors one by one. Okay, as they have written in the book, they have given few of the ecological laws. Let us see. Human at the time of industrial revolution do not ever think about the ecological imbalance due to those could come along and could tend to create disbursement beyond the control of individual and standalone organization. Okay, they want to this law is being made for the conversion of environmental thing actually. Okay, because lots of people, those who are doing the business, they are not following the rules and regulation properly. Actually they are making a pollution lot, and they are not utilizing the environment properly, due to which lots of air pollution, water pollution is been occurring. So over here what you have to do, you have to follow the rules and regulation which is led by the government properly, due to which uh, your business should not get any hurdle from the government as well. Okay, you should know the uh, environmental protection rules and regulation, right? Because you are doing the business, definitely you should know all this stuff properly, then only your business can grow, right? So always remember that while doing the business you should know each and everything in a proper way. Okay, government policies, labor and legal factors. Now see, there are few government policies that you have to follow, right? Foreign direct investment, that we are, the short form is FDI. You know very well what are the FDI means. While now even our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, uh, he is trying to, uh, communicate with the foreign countries as well, for making business in India, right? For starting their own business in India, for making FDI in India. I mean to say foreign direct investment in India, due to which the Indian people get an advantage and the foreign people can also get an advantage. What are the advantages that Indian people are going to get with this FDI? Definitely India is going to get an employment opportunities, right? Because from the foreign, the companies are coming into the India, and they are giving an advantage of having uh, employment opportunities, right? So Indian people are getting the employment opportunities, and foreign people, they are getting work done from the Indian people, right? So and they are paying less amount of money to Indian people, because in India you will get a cheap labor. Definitely it will be beneficial part for them, right? Due to which it will benefit to both the companies, both the countries, right? Indian people are going to get an employment opportunities, and foreign people are getting work done from Indian people at a cheaper rate. So it will be beneficial from both the point of view. Okay, next point that we are going to discuss is about the uh, labor and legal factors. Okay, always remember that there are few laws which is made for the welfare of labor as well. You should not have to forget that. And always remember that these laws is been led by the government, central government, for the sake of welfare and benefits of the labor of the organization. It is being led for both central government employees as well, and for the state, or we can say the private organization as well. Okay, so the private organization people, I mean to say the private organization owners, they should not have to forget the rules and regulation and the laws which is led by them. Which is led for them. Okay, always remember this point. This point is very much important, and I think there are lots of amendment means changes which is going on from the starting in the year 1947, when our constitutions of India has been formed by the Baba Sahib Ambedkar. Okay, in the year 1950, this kind of labor laws, there are lots of laws which is being formed from that time, and there are certain changes, there are certain amendments which is also going on, right? So always remember that these labor laws is being beneficial for the company's growth, for the benefit of the laborers, and for the benefit of the companies as well. So companies have to follow such kind of labor laws as well. And the legal factors. Okay, now always remember that there are few legal factors also which the companies should also have to follow. Okay, if one look at the evaluation of the foreign exchange, banking and other regulation in the progress during past 2 decades, one noticed that the evolutionary adjustment process in accordance with the requirement of liberalization and globalization. Always remember that what do you mean by liberalization? Actually, liberalization means what? It means reducing the licensing policy. Okay, before the year 1991, there are lots of restriction are there for the foreign countries to come and start their own business in India. Okay, but now they have reduced this licensing policy, due to which it is a good opportunity for the foreign countries to come and to do business in India in an easy way, because they have reduced the licensing policies, and due to which this liberalization and globalization factors, lots of foreign countries, they can also do the FDI in India. They can also start their own investment in the India, and they can also able to gain a huge amount of remuneration. And definitely Indian people will also get an opportunity of doing the job in such foreign countries, companies, right? So you have understood all this stuff. Now the next point which we are going to discuss is the market condition, location, and other factors. Okay, free market economy and closed market economy are such kind of technology has a bipolar effect. Okay, free market economy, where government allows market forces to compete with the equitable, or we can say a legalized framework, is almost a irreversible process and has been found to be advantageous for the government at large. Okay, always remember that this market condition is being favorable from the economic development point of view as well, because new technologies are coming from the foreign. Also we are going to get a benefit, because lots of companies, those who are there in India, they are foreign companies, and the foreign companies product is also there in India. So we can able to understand that whatever the products which the foreign countries people are utilizing, we are utilizing the same product, because we have made a free market operation in which foreign direct investment is also applicable. So the foreign countries people, they are coming into the India for setting up their own business. So we can also able to get a world class product from the foreign countries companies as well. So it is also beneficial for us as well, and we can also able to utilize the foreign countries products as well. Now I would like to give you a few examples. Take an example of China. We are utilizing lots of Chinese product, right? The product is also very much affordable for us, and it is also be given with a cheaper price. So we can able to understand that we are also utilizing the neighbors product in a proper way, right? So because of this market condition, because of this free trading market condition, right? So we can able to do a trading in a proper way. Okay, so at this stage I have discussed all these 9 points. Okay, in the upcoming lecture we are going to see the next point as well. Okay, so this is the thing which we have seen from the unit number 1, that is called as business environment. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much for the first session. We will see the next section in the upcoming lecture.